On October 17th, 1989, Al Michaels and Tim McCarver were broadcasting the lineups for Game 3 of the 1989 World Series between the Oakland Athletics and the San Francisco Giants. Suddenly, the broadcast cuts out, and commotion is heard around the ballpark.
Second base, so the Oakland A's take. I'll tell you what, we haven't heard.
This scary moment for the country and the world would later be known as the Loma Prieta earthquake, one of many forceful earthquakes from California's violent San Andreas fault. So what makes the San Andreas fault so notoriously dangerous and frightening? Well, to begin, the San Andreas fault is a transform fault, having formed 30 million years ago in an intersection between the Pacific Ridge Plates and the North American continental crust near what is now known as Los Angeles, California. A transform fault means that two plates are sliding past each other sideways, creating a friction that shakes the ground and creates earthquakes. As these earthquakes hit, P and S waves travel through the ground and create the violent shakings. S waves, or seismic waves, do most of the damage to building structures thanks to their side-to-side vibrational effect. Back to the San Andreas fault specifically. The incident at the 1989 World Series wasn't the only notable earthquake to come from there. Famous shakes in 1857, 1906, and 1994 grew the legend of the fault so much that San Andreas, a dramatic film from 2015, was made to depict the fault with mass hyperbole. While scientists have debunked a lot of the elements of the movie's drama, most notably the sheer amount of destruction shown in the video, which is quite unrealistic, there is something to the idea that the San Andreas fault is quite destructive. In fact, in late 2020, the Los Angeles Times covered a small set of earthquakes near the Mexican border that have raised concerns about a larger event on the San Andreas fault. Over the next 30 years, it's estimated that there's a 20% chance of a magnitude 7 or larger quake hitting the San Andreas fault, which is up from just an estimated 7% back in 2015. What would a quake of that magnitude mean for the city? Well, according to Shakeout Scenario, seismologists expect water lines to be down for months, fires to rage due to an inability to access that said water, and lots of buildings rendered completely uninhabitable. The dollar quantity attached to the cleanup of this damage, an estimated $200 billion. More importantly, of course, the death toll is expected to be around 2,000 lives. It's a massive unknown when, quote, the big one is going to hit California, but we're moving closer and closer toward the statistical likelihood. How the state of California handles preparing for the big San Andreas shake will be critical for saving lives and limiting destruction.